In this episode of Let's Talk, Anthony Fitzpatrick, actor and director, discusses the importance of respecting the craft and wanting to get into the real nitty-gritty of the whole process of acting. It's been very educational listening to this part of your story.
I don't get to do it often.
Yeah.
Nobody seems to care.
Well,
but it's nice to be able to
just
say what. I mean, you asked all the right questions. So
yeah.
But I wish more people would think about it the way I do.
Yes.
And treat it the way I do. Remember, I told you the last time that I have a great respect for the art.
Yes.
Of acting and theatre and film, but I see too many people that don't, and they're in it, they're involved in it, but they have not the slightest bit respect for the art of a script, or a written script, or a song, or a show, or a TV thing.
And we've actually been talking about my script, the next script, and what's been very thought-provoking is how you've now started having input into some ideas about how to, and to me that's kind of helpful because, again, you're talking about audience. You're suddenly now the first audience.
Yes.
And you're giving me feedback to.
I think it's
to help developing
it's a cracking
that
script.
Yeah.
It's so emotional. I get sucked right into it. You know, I was in it. After the first 3 pages, I was in. I was there.
Yeah.
And I thought, this is really good.
Yeah.
I want to do this. I must tell George.
That's why that's why if now having other people wanting to be part of that, that's where the energy can now start to come to make that happen. Yeah. So I think that becomes an important part of that kind of process, which I think is really exciting.
Oh no, I hope we get it off the ground.
Have you written anything yourself?
Yeah,
what have you done?
Well, I told you I write the odd song. You heard one
yes,
that I did a demo of. But I've got a lot. Me and my sister actually write. Helen write a lot of stuff. We must have maybe, I would say we have 30 songs written. But they're not. We haven't recorded them. We just know the words. We have the words and the music.
Yes.
But we haven't put them all together yet.
Yeah.
But I'm in the middle. I've been writing it now I'm writing a play. And I'm about. I suppose it's about half written.
Right.
As in it's half typed. But I have it's all here. I have it all. But it's just getting it off. It's just it's hard.
What sort of process would you go through to?
I'm terrible because I want. I need to be inspired.
Right.
And I've always been like this all my life. With music and singing and acting, I need to wait. I have to wait.
Yeah.
And wait. Sometimes I have to wait for ages. Other times it just comes out.
Yeah.
But that's what is like a muse or whatever you want to call it. Somebody's muse. But I do it in bursts. So I have these bursts of creativity.
Yeah.
And then nothing.
Yeah.
And then a burst of creativity of something else. So I'm struggling. I mean, I've a good bit, and a lot of it is to do with my illness. Actually, I've kind of compared it a wee bit.
Okay.
It's not blatantly the same, but I think and I've written it in such a way. I told you this. I've written it because I'm an actor.
Yeah.
As I'm writing it, because I'm a director. As I'm writing it, I'm writing just so the director can look at that and go and the actor can go and somebody else can go So it's all. So it could nearly be done. It could be a screenplay just as easily.
Okay.
Because all the information's in it. I've put up the bits that people don't read. I've got little paragraphs of it. Paragraphs of stuff. So it's called. I'm calling it. What am I calling it? Boy Numb. It's called.
Boy Numb. Okay.
Yeah. And there's a bit of art, as in painting art, involved with it as well.
Okay.
So there's a mishmash. But I'll get it written now. When I go to Spain, I'll have a bit of time to.
Yeah. Well, I was going to talk about my process, but you've mentioned again your illness, and do you want to talk a little bit about that?
I don't mind.
Yeah, because it's something you mentioned earlier on.
Yeah. If it helps somebody else to not go down that road, then certainly, absolutely.
How you'd mentioned there that your illness affected, or it was a part of your creative approach.
Yeah.
And would you like to explore that, maybe?
Well, I mean, it's a subject. It's not taboo anymore because every person in the world has somebody linked. It's like cancer.
Yes.
You know, everybody has somebody that has had cancer, or God love them, has died from cancer.
Yeah.
But booze, it's an Irish thing as well.
Right.
It was when I was growing up.
Yeah.
When, you know, in the I didn't start drinking. I didn't drink till I was like 16 or 17.
Okay.
But at that age, it's an Irish thing. First of all, it's you want to be cool. You think you're cool.
Yeah.
You think you're a hard man because you're drinking, and all your mates are doing it. It's a peer pressure also.
Yes.
I feel sorry for the young ones nowadays. But then in those days, we only had, you know, beer, whiskey, vodka.
Yeah.
Now they've got purple stuff and green things and yellow, purple and weird algo poppy things that cannot be good for you.
Yeah.
But so I did, like every teenager did.
Yeah.
I started to drink. We drank in company. My parents knew, so there was no. I wasn't cheating and going behind anybody's back. So my parents were cool with it as long as they knew where I was and all. So a lot of the time it was just at home.
Yeah.
You know, a couple of the mates and my friends were the same. You'd go to their house and their parents would be there. There was no, so it wasn't like we were trying to go behind anyone's back, and it was just normal. Drink, you know. And then at that stage, I thought, is this it? Like life?
Yeah.
You go to work on Monday and you work your backside off to Friday. You get paid on Friday. You spend all your money at the weekend, and then you do it all again, and that's it. So I thought, oh God, is that it? Like, nothing else. There has to be something. This is when I thought I wasn't allowed to act because don't be stupid. You're dreaming. So I thought, is this it? Like, so that was normal as normal can be. I went out every weekend.
Was that? I mean, what's interesting through you talking there is that you've mentioned that you almost laughed at because you wanted to act.
Yeah.
And it was almost like that was prohibited.
It was called all sorts of names.
Yeah.
Poof and all. You know, and I'm like, so somebody asked me one day when I was about 18, a girl that was going out with somebody that was in our group of friends, out of the blue, are you gay? Now, fair enough, no problem if anybody asks the question. Yeah. And I have nothing against anybody.
Yeah.
Everybody's free to do what they like. Yeah. Live and let live.
Yeah.
And I said, why do you ask that? I was just curious. I said, well, why do you ask me that? She goes, because you're always doing them shows and acting and all. That was the answer.
Oh, right, okay.
And I just thought, okay, the brains weren't given out when she was born.
Yeah.
But things that got really, that annoys me, that small-mindedness. But then, again, Newry, bubble. Where was it?
So was drink an escape then from those?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. When I look back,
because that's a form of persecution that you were going through.
I was slowly killing myself.
Yeah, but people's attitudes towards you, because you wanted a certain choice, you wanted to be a performer, and
no, I didn't drink because of that. No, it wasn't because of that. Oh no, I was going to do it no matter what.
But that was still a problem. It was still there's an impression that you're getting from other people who's
just people who didn't know any different, you know. But then again, of course, it's changed. It's not the same now. It's completely different. I mean, I've been doing it for 35 years.
Yeah.
You know, from I was 11 or something.
Absolutely. But there was a pressure there, or people's opinions.
It was you know, the peer pressure. But again, we all went through it.
Yeah.
It was only a bit later when I started getting a bit older. When I was what age was I? 24. When I hit 24, my uncle Finton died, and Finton he was only 34, and me and him were very close. I have to say, me and him did everything. They worked together. He played in the band, the pipes. Brilliant guy. Didn't drink. Never drank. Smoked. All right, he smoked, but he never drank. And he passed completely. It was a shock. For me anyway, it was because that was the first time that somebody that close, apart from my nana in 1985, but I was only 14, so I was just a kid. I didn't really know. I was hurt when she died, but this was right cut to the bone, because we, again, every day spent together in the band, working together, motorbikes together, and everybody who knew Finton would always say one of the best guys in the world, and he passed very suddenly, and it just knocked the stuffing out of me, and I didn't know how to handle it, and I just started drinking heavier. And then I think just as I was recovering, it was about 2 years later, in fact it was exactly 2 years later, and 2 years and 1 month, my granda passed away. Now anybody who knows me knows how close I was with my granda. Like, I'm named after him. I was the first grandchild, so I was called Anthony, as he was called. Again, I worked with him all my life, lived with him, played in the band with him, and like that, and that just put me over the edge. And then I started drinking really heavy then. That was 97. So I had 5 years, before I got really ill, I had 5 years of really heavy. And it got to a stage then where I realised that, and I knew I didn't care. I didn't care if I died. That's, my mind was, I missed those 2 guys so much.
Yeah.
And I just didn't know how to deal with it. And again, in those days, there wasn't much, that was something you kept to yourself, because you don't go around crying, oh, what about me, what you can do now. It was horrible. So I felt very alone. And I didn't know how to talk. I couldn't talk to anybody about it. I didn't know how to go about talking to somebody about it. I just kept doing it, just kept going and going and going. And the only thing that I lived for was acting.
We have more on the way, so please subscribe to this channel and check out the link below if you'd consider becoming a patron to help us keep making more content. Thanks for watching.